Normally, we're not here talking to you at this time, but we get to take part in a little bit of reveal so that we will know about some new Masters of the Universe stuff coming from Mattel this fall.
Man, I've never been a part of this.
But as your shirt says, you are the MOTU guy, so we got to get to it.
I think if Star Wars is my bread and butter and X-Men is my steak and potatoes, Masters of the Universe, at least the cartoon collection, is now my biscuits and gravy. I don't get it near as much as the rest, but when I do, it's such a treat.
It's so delicious. And we get to start it off with like my two favorite properties like colliding in the most amazing way that I didn't think was going to be possible prior to the reveal of the Turtles of Grayskull line. But I thought it was going to be just a limited affair at first, but man, they just keep on going with these neat mashup type of things.
Are we going to address the elephant in the room? We're going to tear the Band-Aid off?
Just rip it off, because we're going to go for it, even though it seems like some people have seen these already. But there's our final turtle.
He's so magnificent. Look at that hairdo.
Fun play on the battle armor with the M on the chest too. That's pretty great.
Everyone's big burning question was, does the hair come off? This proves it does, because this is a different hairstyle.
Yeah, that lovely Page Boy He-Man cut, regular and heroic windswept.
It does come off.
Oh man,
I really, really like the look of this, just as a turtle, as Michelangelo.
Leonardo and Raphael have both had just regular turtle heads as well, and they've all turned out great. It makes me hope that we see another Donatello at some point with a regular just Ninja Turtle head. Finally, all four turtles.
Once again, I know this isn't a mashup. I know it's a meeting of two worlds, but
yes,
when I look at the figures, my favorites are the mashup types. Skeletor's the other one that they showed on the Instagram stories. And again, like I said, the mashup concepts, I feel hit a little harder than the figures like this.
I got your clothes. Skeletor doesn't seem like he was mutated, and Beastman didn't either. It's just they've got the costume hints from the other universe.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe there's something to this, that it's like a wink that, okay, here's like the first iteration of Skeletor, but maybe there's, because it's like Skeletor is always gonna like take advantage of the most powerful part of it. So maybe him coming with the ooze canister, maybe that's like, foreshadowing that he's gonna become mutated or something.
Is that an ooze canister, or is that an old school fuse for a? I do want to point out the nunchucks with the blades and the ram heads,
the Havoc staff heads. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Something has to happen, right? Because his skin tone is a bit more purplish.
It's a little almost sickly.
How about a new reveal?
Very
well. Okay,
cool.
I say that, but we've seen her on card backs, right? In the artwork
and some of the art. Yeah, that's true. She and Man-at-Arms, her dad, and Donatello, they've got this like mini team going.
Anything they could put a turtle motif on, I think they did it. Without the helmet looks good. For some reason, I thought April.
Both famous redheads. Well, here's your boy.
Oh,
he's now like a Man-at-Arms, master of weapons or something too, right? I like how his mask has kind of been like a repurposed like Ram Man helmet face almost to it,
It is, isn't it? Okay, this is very clean. This is when he first lands on Eternia. And once you pass through that gateway, through that portal, you're automatically imbued with the standard Eternian underwear.
But I like how they kept the gray sweatpants theme now in more form-fitting.
But then he gets all geared up and it looks good.
He looks awesome with that Jitsu chopper. Good thing he bulked up, because he'd throw his back out lugging all of those gigantic weapons around back there.
No kidding. At first I thought it was kind of plain, but he's got some attitude. But then the mask.
That's cool.
There it is.
That's cool, man.
There's the cherry.
Do the green weapons have a little bit of translucency to them?
You can see the shadow coming through.
Yeah, I think maybe they do.
Mutated weapons. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, maybe so.
But then we get to your boy.
Now, this won't be the last time I say this today, but all Masters of the Universe lines are judged by the quality of their merman figures, and this is pretty freaking rad.
It seems like once you touch mutagen, you're translucent.
Blue Merman has, it hit its roots in the mini comics, but also that blue kind of like it's not a mashup, but it does have recall of Murdude from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line, who was mostly blue, and has the Mur tail, which is swappable on this figure.
You get it into some studio lighting and it's even better.
Look at that face too, man. He's ferocious.
It is. Good grief.
Look at that. He is crazy. That's amazing.
You look at this first picture and you think, okay, green tail, blue body, yellow armor, some pearlescence in places, purple hands, red eyes. This will never work once you... Oh, yeah. Okay. I guess it does work.
The garish nature of the costume colors, it does work. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even notice that.
No, I just caught that too. He's just reaching out to you.
He's like, come on, you're going to lose. It's a weird, literal, like, worlds colliding of my two favorite properties pretty much. And nothing has really been what I expected it to be, but it's all been just fun and great, and I don't know, it's crazy. Me liking Merman a lot.
I was gonna cut it there, but I'm keeping that. The last full reveal is, what do they call it? Splinter Skull.
He's the old guy. It's him and King Grayskull theme going on here.
But it's not a mashup.
Right.
This takes recognizable elements from both universes.
Even getting the hints of King Grayskull, which is really just a riff off of He-Man to begin with, but now they come through so strong here. It's really well done. That's just a rad Splinter portrait, you know?
And now we get into singles. We're already getting variations on the main characters, which is okay.
Undercover in Eternia or something. I don't know.
What was the classics figure that had a hood, and was he wearing like a domino mask or something?
Yeah, it's Eternia. It's the pre-Eternia disguise He-Man. Are those keys down there on his belt too?
Yes, there's something here. That I know is a callback to something. But then there's this. There's He-Man in stealth disguise.
He-Man must have gotten unmutated or something, or maybe this is pre-mutation He-Man, and he and Leonardo are on like some stealth mission together or something. There's almost an ethereal, like ghost-like quality to the hood and the cape there.
It's odd that they go back to the vintage He-Man head look, though. When I saw this, I thought, okay, here's Tila. But no, this is April in Sorcerer's Gear.
Which I like it because it brings April more into the MOTU side.
And those wings are kind of impressive compared to some toy lines. What about this? What do you think this is?
That's a large hammer?
You asshole. But with this lens on the... Oh, it's a camera.
There you go.
Yep.
It certainly is.
It's a turtle hammer camera.
It was either going to need to be the Sorceress or Fearless Photog, but I'm not sure if they were ready for Fearless Photog in this line.
Yeah, to have a removable camera head. That'll be Vernon.
Vernon and Fearless Photog. We are calling it right now.
That's right. I mean, hey, Mattel, ring-a-ding-a-ding.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Like if Hordak was going to mutate in some way, he'd definitely have wings, right? Because of the bat, like the bat kind of the pig bat persona, epaulets or whatever. They kind of recall Shredder.
Are these kind of wing nutty?
Yeah, a little bit. Oh man, then Imp and Screw Loose something.
Oh, see,
dang,
Mattel, bam.
Yeah.
No, they've already thought of all this stuff. I know. And the scowl, I'm just noticing.
There's a bit of a sneer to it, you know?
Like, here's another example. On the other side, where a Turtles character isn't really brought into the Masters universe.
You're right. He's not as Eternian as so many of the other characters are. I mean, he's got the gauntlets and the boots a little bit, but it doesn't really go too far past that. But it's still a kind of a wicked looking Leatherhead.
Maybe Lizard Man? Kind of,
yeah, maybe a little bit.
Maybe just color wise though, or something. Then this oddball thing, whatever it is, his back piece.
I was wondering if maybe that it fit on his back. Yeah, Leatherhead, if anything, will be able to introduce a Cajun dialect and accent to Eternia, which it has been lacking up until this time.
Exactly. But this last one, maybe the crazy. We're talking mashups and what's not mashups and mutations and what's not mutations. This is not going to be a bad thing. It almost takes it too extreme, but in a beautiful way, you know?
Honestly, this is the only instance so far, I think, where they went there. And by going there is what you would say, oh, Bebop and Rocksteady have got to be the too bad thing. And you know what? I'm glad that they did. I would say the only thing that this is really lacking is that I kind of wish that the arms were set up here like the vintage figure so they could punch each other, because they would be.
There's no other way they could have went with this.
It's almost like this is there it is. It has that the line has to have.
Just lean back, let it happen.
In addition to the Turtles of Grayskull, we're getting just some traditional Masters of the Universe stuff, but a lot of newness to it as well.
Did they make Beastman in classics? They didn't. Did
movie
they?
Beastman? No.
Yeah.
It seems like maybe we're only going to get one or two of the movie figures a year, but man, Evil Lyn and Beastman, two movie characters that have never been done in their movie forms before. I love it.
I'm not doing any of the movie stuff, so I haven't held any of it in hand, but from what I understand, the movie Evil Lyn fits in with the classic stuff, right? The Masterverse one?
Beautiful.
Okay, so
that's exactly how I have it in my display, and that's how I'm hoping this is going to be as well. We're really a Man-at-Arms and a Tilo away from
that was my next question.
Maybe a sorceress.
Did he have canoes for thigh guards? Is that what? Next up, there is Masterverse Skeletor on Throne.
We never had the Bone Throne until a few years ago, and now we've got it in like 3 separate iterations of Masters of the Universe. So this is cool.
Masterverse is fairly large, and this doesn't look huge.
It doesn't look unmanageable
and stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't look unmanageable, but it would definitely be a centerpiece. Oh man, that's rad. That's rad as heck.
That's even better, because here it looks clear. Do they lie?
I'm wondering if it does.
I kind of like the gold on the crossbones.
That's a 2000X hit, if I'm remembering correctly.
That's even better.
That's scary.
Yeah, I like how that bulks them out a little bit.
With the cape on? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some great shots right there.
Is this actual fur piece too for the seat?
Oh, yeah, it looks like it. Look down at the bottom.
There's snakes for the staff holders.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Maybe I do need more Masterverse. No, I got to stay the course. I didn't even realize the hood comes off.
And look at the flames, man.
Oh, it's gotta be. It's LEDs. It's LEDs.
Oh, man.
Then we move into Revolution, which I haven't seen yet. I haven't sat down and watched it yet, but
it's good.
The more I see figures, the more I'm like, oh, I need to go watch that, because Emperor Hordak looks pretty sweet.
They definitely played with the designs and amped them up in some certain directions with several of the characters. The cues from Horde Prime with the additional reds and blacks are really come through here nicely. The hands are what's crazy. It's like he has like fleshy hands now. It's weird.
Oh, yeah. It would have been worse if it was bare feet.
Yeah.
Some of these pictures going from this shot where it's bright, booth style, to moody shots, it's weird how it changes the overall feel of the figure.
Those eyes have a lot of nice detail to them.
Yeah, that you don't hardly see back here.
I love the Horde, like the vintage Horde toys when I was a kid. But I love them so much, but I didn't play with them every time I played Masters of the Universe. They were saved for something really, really bad is going to happen, when the Horde shows up. So, and this Hordak is very reflective of that, I think.
They specifically call this one Princess of Power Leech.
The Horde members that aren't affiliated with Revolution or Revelation, Grizzlor was under that as well. She-Ra, Catra, Shadow Weaver. They're calling them Princess of Power, but they're almost the new Eternia counterparts of that. So
that's what I was gonna say. This is just rad.
He's got a nice balance of newness, but also vintage toy, but also cartoon version to him.
Yeah, it tiptoes the line of that cartoon look that's almost too silly. Not too silly, that's the wrong word, but that silliness, but Masterversed up into realism. I mean, he's
Yeah.
even got suckers on his tongue.
Oh man. Ugh. Ugh. Can you imagine what my antenna's gonna look like underneath this?
Oh man, it's the head. For some
Yeah.
reason, that just calls me in. It draws me in.
It's crazy the different tones of green that they're using here, but it works.
And then this, he's breaking it down.
He's a bad guy, but he's gonna teach him how to dance.
And it goes to show that he has those same little teeth suckers on the feet too.
That's crazy.
New Eternia Cyclone.
At first, I wasn't sure how I felt about like the gold and the metallicness to it, but that fits Cyclone.
He doesn't have the big red ring.
Yeah, that's 2000X, not a new Eternia.
I know, but it's almost become my mental image.
I like what they did with the, with the thing on his chest. It doesn't look lenticular, but it looks like it's got like a bubble to it. But maybe behind it is.
I'm thinking it's got some depth, like these green rings. Well, that's painted on. Yellows have to be embedded inside or something.
Yeah.
And you know what? I guess look at there's a plug right there in the back.
Shield.
Maybe you can take these and plug it into the thing.
Maybe so. Yeah. I bet you can.
And it kind of evokes that ring look.
Did he have a mask in 2000X? He may have. It's amazing, in a cast of weirdos and such crazy designs and whatnot, when you can still stand out. But this figure will definitely stand out.
It's not on the back, but they have it plugged into the shield on the sides.
Yeah. So you're right. If that was plugged into the back, it does kind of evoke that ring that you're talking about.
Yeah. Here is one of my favorite He-Man variations in
I was going to say the same thing. I love Thunder Punch He-Man.
Something about the red on a He-Man. It changes things up.
The caps are there.
The gold sword, the yellow energy effects. The face, it throws me, but it works.
I get what you mean. It's not bad. It's just I don't know how I feel about it yet.
That's
look
amazing.
at the cap. The cat piece fits in there just right. That's cool.
And the arm braces to help punch even harder. Like He-Man needs help punching.
No. He tore his UCL in there. So that angle on that though works better here to me than the straight on.
When he's in action. I guess when he's standing neutral and still angry. For He-Man, it's different, man.
Battle armor He-Man, sword goes away. He's got the axe. Thunder Punch, sword goes away. Now he's got two fist effects. It's like, these are the weapons.
Oh, there it is.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
This is called Man o' War, Duncan. And
so you need to get caught. You need to get caught up. But yes.
I really like this design though.
The white with the silver and gold metallics, it works really well.
I'm getting Extendar vibes. Is that a thing or is that just a design? Oh,
you should get caught up.
And this is Revolution 2, right?
Yeah, the goddess.
I like this. I almost like this more than regular Sorceress Tila.
I like how the train, I guess, recreates the snake tail feel to it. It's cool.
New Eternia Merman.
Once again, all Masters lines are judged by the quality of their merman figures.
And how do you feel about this? Because it does stray a little bit.
I'll tell you, the black on the armor and the sword threw me off. I'm still getting used to it, but it definitely works.
You are not going to tell me that these eyes are translucent.
They might be, man. And if they are, that's so cool.
Definitely looks like this faceplate's a separate piece, so they may have embedded it.
With those little hanging rings, that goes all the way back to like the prototype merman figure, or original figures from way back when. The corn sword has gotten spicy here.
I know. and got some corn spear going on.
Yeah, and corn spear.
And then lastly, for Masterverse, there is Battle Armor Skeletor. Like the He-Man, they've added more armor to it, which I do not have a problem with, because battle armor means armored up, ready for some battle. I also need to see this with helmet on.
I think proportionally it will all come together better with the helmet on. Yes.
Because right now, like some Masterverse, especially early Masterverse, there was that small head syndrome.
It's exacerbated with those shoulder armor.
You got it. That's where I was going. And then we're going to start Origins with Stranger Things.
And it is It is a strange mashup, but I kind of like Vecna in this style. And this He-Man's actually pretty clever too, because he definitely looks like he's in the Upside Down.
At first I thought, well, we just looked at most of this figure in Turtles, but got a scary look to him.
He's got that putrid coloring to him.
I don't know if I like that vintage style head with actual eyes painted on.
Oh man, it's gross in here.
I don't know if I'm in for these, but I like looking at pictures of toys.
They look like they could just be Eternian monsters that fit in with the Origins collection. Is that a flaming pizza flipper from...
Oh, no, that's the clock. Oh, okay. I thought you shut up.
That shield will be used by somebody because it's too rad not to be.
We already knew about Terror because of Walmart last week.
Right.
But where does Terror... I don't know this character.
Okay, so he was supposed to be a part of the, I believe, 1988 Masters of the Universe assortment that never made it out. Classics had them, but Origins is incorporating them as well.
Okay, the darker picture makes it a whole lot better. I'm gonna need to see mood shots of everything we've seen that's only come with single pictures.
They're all pre-existing parts. There's like nothing new. They're just kit bashed.
Okay, Reptilax.
Yes, he's new. He's like Fangor. He was a newly created character. Yeah. When I say new, Classics era created, but he's never had a figure before. So
gotcha. And is this mostly mashup too? I mean, that's Triclops sword. Is the head reuse?
I don't think so. I want to say that armor piece is new. I don't think anybody else wears that. The tail, I can't place that tail. That tail might be new.
Why does this work so much better?
Yeah.
It brings it to life. It's weird seeing a Masters of the Universe figure that I don't recognize from anywhere.
It's cool that they're continuing to grow.
Mm-hmm. I got nothing against original characters or new characters adding to the whole thing. Reptilax. Okay, Vipor. Why is this recognizable?
The Viper Tower from Eternia.
That's what I thought, but I didn't want to say that out loud for fear of being wrong.
I mean, I get it. Castle Grayskull's counterpart is Snake Mountain, but there's the Grayskull Tower in Eternia. So this guy is almost like Castle Grayskull man counterpart thing going on, maybe a little bit. They brought over the design of the Viper Tower so well here because the colors for sure, but then the chains that go on to the pieces that hold the monorail track up, it's great.
Has there been any hint of Castle Grayskull Man in Origins?
No. They're giving us previews of some stuff, but in the case of like the live stream that they did, you know, Geldor and Demo Man, those were like boom, here it is.
Now we need a Snake Mountain guy.
Snake Mountain Man, Snake Mountaineer.
And then finally, which kind of works into our last section, because of this robot. The robot really gives me Filmation vibes, but this is in the standard Origins line.
Yeah, and we got a red Horde Trooper through, was it a PowerCon or maybe it was a Mattel Creations exclusive. There was a red Trooper, but this has the Horde Prime Trooper feel to it. And Origins hasn't had the robots yet, so it's like he's a pre-paint almost. Hoverbots, it's like, we don't even have the classic ones.
And a Deadpool belt buckle. What's up with that? In red and black. Look at that.
Horde Pool.
Look at Mattel trying to cash in on summer movies. No, I definitely want a hoverbot or an army of them.
Having one of this scheme would be cool, but yeah, I need several of the gray ones.
Yeah. Masters is killing it.
Yeah, they are. And across like, what, 2 or 3 different iterations right now? I mean, 4 if you count the Turtles.
They put Cartoon Collection under the Origins banner, but I still feel like that's a separate toy line.
It almost, it feels like it.
It uses some of the same engineering, I guess, but
even scale wise, they're a little bigger.
Yeah. Which is a good segue into Prince Adam and Cringer was another one that they showed. Well, they showed during their Instagram stories, and then the live stream they had in the background, just like, oh, and here's this too. Now we find out Adam comes with the laughing head, Cringer comes with the scared head. Prince Adam, yes, give me, but articulated Cringer. Oh
Yeah.
man, that's awesome.
That sword is great. And it looks like it's going to be metallic-y. Look at that. Look at him.
Cringer seems kind of large here, or well, big for what I think of when it comes to an Origins adjacent line, I guess we're going to call it. But then Adam laughing and Cringer just playing in the background. It's so Filmation-y. It's so good.
And to your point, if Cringer seems a little big for this, maybe he'd fit in, with the past cartoon line very well too.
That is true, because the Cringer that we got in classics is a little small, but Filmation.
And unarticulated.
Yes, and it's a slug.
This is Cringer for the very first time getting a proper figure.
Yes.
First time. If you don't display those figures like this, there's something wrong with you.
The figures look like pure joy. Comes through the screen and makes me happy.
Oh, Adam, don't do it.
Does that Adam have an up and down hinge on his sword holding hand?
Certainly, heck, looks like it.
This is mine. Now. Everybody else get in the line behind me.
The way that Cringer is posed right there and the expression, there are times where Cringer broke the fourth wall in the cartoon, and I swear to God that figure is going to start talking directly to us.
This is Cringer's face whenever another G.I. Joe Tiger Force figure is announced.
Not again.
Evelyn was another one that just popped up in the background several places, so we knew this was coming, but to get a better look,
yeah,
I'm happy.
Evelyn is arguably the second most important bad guy in the cartoon, and I love that she's got the short wand. This is a very true cartoon Evelyn. Classics version was a little rough, but this is pretty much perfect.
Man, these yellows, the purples, the blues.
Yeah.
I want it to come out just like this. These eyes are not the same as these eyes.
No.
There's a different paint job on the mood shots.
I feel like the mood shots are the ones that are further along.
Some of these reveals are just the white background shots. So I feel like those are very early and they haven't gotten to either production or further down the road to be able to take mood shots with them. I have noticed in some of the white shots, the elbows, the original color showing through and stuff. So maybe that's
hand painted stuff. Yeah.
Also has that feel of the figures that we saw at San Diego originally. Remember Tila's head? They were like, we're still tweaking. We're still doing this kind of stuff. But that's what this feels like. And it's still good.
Yeah.
This is better.
This is all icing, which web store, like the figures that they revealed are some of my favorite Masters characters, but they weren't quite as prolific in the cartoon. And there's never been a cartoon version of Web Store ever.
Again, check it out. Almost looks hand painted, which is not a bad thing. But getting to here, look at that.
It's more focused, even more focused forward. Yeah.
Yes, they're better positioned.
It's great.
It looks even better in the dark.
He's going to catch that statue.
Why is he chasing the statue? Kind of looks like that hooks on and then you pull the... Oh, no, you can't.
It's looped down at the bottom. Yeah.
But it does go around and you can turn it. Twist the rope into the backpack.
Cartoon Web Store is the first one that's never had a figure until now. So, all right.
Clawful. This always throws me off because I got so used to the vintage figure back in the day, I guess. But then I remember that we did get a Club Grayskull of this look.
Clawful's so crazy because it's such a departure.
Yes.
His toy look.
Is he calling upon Gondor for help? Calling for Geldor.
Where was Geldor when the Westfold fell?
And we only have the white background shot here. So again, I'm super interested to see the mood lighting and further down in production stages. That hinge is oddball positioning, but that's also the thicker part of the wrist. Well, he's got to be able to turn his elbow, turn his hand this way, and then for the horn. Then Spikor. Man, we have such a history with Spikor, don't we?
We do, and he is the best Masters of the Universe character not named Merman too. So this is a big one for me.
It's a good look.
I'm just glad to see Spikor so early on. Like I said, obviously Triclops is going to be one of those that we'll see. But Cobra Khan is another one that he kind of had a unique look, and he's never had a cartoon figure. I'm excited to see those classic Masters characters in the cartoon collection, but then I'm also excited to hopefully see some cartoon only characters come through
or things
Yeah. Things, yes, or things.
You teed this up perfectly.
Well, while I am a merman homer, I absolutely love seeing new merman offerings in any Masters of the Universe line. This is the bell of the ball for me because I almost cannot believe that we are finally getting the collector. This is crazy. This was like Skeletor's primary vehicle in the cartoon.
Yeah, this gives you a sense of scale, of size. I didn't expect 3 figures to be able to sit in it.
I've got to applaud them for going there because this is big and it's never been done. And it's like, oh man, now we need the cartoon attack track.
See, that's where that was in my brain because has that ever had a toy?
No, Lord, no.
But this was unexpected. This was very surprising. It's got blast effects. These go into the body.
Golden chair in there, so you know that he's the most important.
He even added little spikes on it to make it different. There's some kind of details up in the top too. Sit comfortably. They're not stuffed in there.
Look at Skeletor sitting back there with the Havoc staff across his lap being, let's get the hell out of here.
He's even got a kind of a lean to the,
he's leaning to the side there. Holy crap.
It's insane. This is cream of the crop.
You know, we've been fortunate to be able to participate in some of these product catalog reveals before. I think this has been the best one yet, especially just the variety of stuff that we're getting and just things that were so unexpected and unlooked for. That this is super exciting stuff, man.
We've been getting Masterverse for a bit, been getting Origins for a bit. Cartoon Collection is still young. They're still hitting us with things that are new and exciting and surprising. The turtle stuff.
Yeah.
The Stranger Things stuff. It's going to be going for a long, long while.
I've been over the moon for one super successful Masters of the Universe line going on right now. But there's like 3 or more going right now. They've done a really good job of giving new and different life to a nostalgia property, but treating it in a way that it's not. And I think that's what's really important. I think if you just treat something like Masters of the Universe these days as a pure nostalgia property, it's a hindrance to it. You gotta keep pushing it and making that balance. And I think they're doing a really good job of it here, man. I do want to say that we appreciate all of these images today that we've talked about have come courtesy of Mattel, and these are from their fall 2024 product catalog. So that's about the time I think that we can expect to see these figures start hitting. But you know, a lot of this stuff, to your point, it looks like, man, some stuff might be a little bit closer than others. So it'll be interesting to see because oftentimes, you know, fall can mean a little bit earlier than that. So as soon as we can get them, I'm ready.
Yeah, you start sprinkling now because I'd rather it be spread out over the rest of the year than all hit within a couple of months of each other. So
I know it's like I need to hurry up and find the Cartoon Collection Merman and Stratos because this next wave of stuff is going to be knocking on the door really quickly here.
And I'm still waiting on Trapjaw and Tila from Amazon.
Yeah,
but if you say, is it in stock at Big Bad Toy Store?
I shipped them, so it may be one of those things that they got their pre-orders fulfilled. I don't know. I haven't checked the in stock, but if not, it's got to be close.
I may have to check them out because I may not be able to wait. After seeing all this stuff and the stuff on the way, I need to get those out. I need to get those on the shelf with the rest of them and then make space
where that collector can sit front and center with Adam and Cringer right next to it, because those are like the Cartoon Collection centerpieces right now.
Yep.
Cool stuff.